November 2014, I came up and visited to meet family, and I would always go to church every Sunday, and that one Sunday he was there, and that was the first time we saw each other. The first time we actually met was a little bit different. I went over to my cousin's house the next couple days, and my Aunt Kelly said, oh, why don't we invite Matt over? And me not knowing who Matt was, I was like, okay, you know, go with the flow. And he ended up coming over, and I was like, oh, okay, like that's Matt. And that day we just played games, and yeah.
I beat you at Risk.
And he beat me at Risk. Yeah.
That was the highlight of the day for me.
Highlight. Yeah, he tricked me into beating me. But after that, that's how we met.
Well, and then we were peer pressured into texting each other.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it turned out to be for the better.
Yeah. Yeah, because after we left Aunt Kelly's house, not too long after After I left, I got a message from my cousin saying, hey, can Matt have your number?
And then you played it off like
I played
you were
it off,
cool.
yeah. Played it off like I was cool. Oh, sure. Even though I was freaking out.
When I first met her, I thought she was very pretty. And for the time being, that was all I thought. But after texting her for a little, I became interested in her personality. I thought it was unique.
I thought he was weird, but a good kind of weird. I think it made me feel more comfortable around him because I felt like I could be myself and not have to hold back my weird.
Which you don't do at all. Well, after texting for
almost
a month, to almost 2 months, and then FaceTiming, she came up at winter break.
Yeah, it was the day after Christmas?
Yeah. No, you came up Christmas night.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember we went to pick you up at the airport on Christmas night. Mm-hmm. And then we hung out, spent time together on winter break, and...
Well, we had made a bucket list before we came up, and before you go or while you're up here, like, let's go see this movie, or let's go and see the snow and go sledding. And so, one night, it was kind of getting towards the end of my trip, and he had to go home, and I was walking him to the front door, and we were talking about our bucket list, and he asked me if we had, finished or completed enough things on the bucket list, because I was leaving in a few days. And he said, oh, there's something on the bucket, like that's not on our bucket list that I want, to accomplish before you leave. Oh no, what? And he was like, oh, will you be my girlfriend? And yeah.
And then you said yes.
And then I said yes.
And that was the important part.
Yes.
That would be the next trip she came up, which was February, I believe.
February.
And we were sitting in my living room, and I told her, I said, it was kind of just random. I was like, I think I love you. And I didn't really think, I was sure, but I was just kind of giving myself a wiggle room out just in case it went bad. But then we talked about what...
Yeah, well, I asked you, like, well, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, we talked about what love meant to us, and then we both agreed that, yes, we love each other. And we have ever since.
Okay, well, I had 2 different times. So the first time, we spent the first day we actually got to spend time with each other. We spent the day with each other, we played board games with all my cousins, and it was really fun. After I had to leave his house and go down to the hill in Auburn because my mom was going to go pick me up, and I got down from the hill and we went to a store, I don't know, but as soon as I got down and I left the house, I called my friend Tiffany, and I called her, like, you're never going to believe what happened. I met the guy I'm going to marry, and she's like, what? Like, what happened?
Some might call that crazy.
Some might call it crazy. But I told her, I'm like, no. You might think I'm crazy, but this is the real deal. And I came home to San Diego and I went to my mom and I told her, went back to school, I was telling all my, well, one other friend, and I was telling everyone, no, I met him, I know it. Everybody's thinking it's crazy. My mom, she was saying, oh, well, that's what you say about Justin Bieber and Harry Styles. And I was like, no, this is not the same. So that was my first time. And then my second, I've gone to church all my life, and I'd always see an elderly couple sitting usually like at the end of the pew with the man on the end. And when it came time to pass the communion, it would get to them, and the man would pass it to the elderly man, and he'd pass it to the wife to take part, pass it back to him, he would take part, and then give it back to whoever was passing around. And I always looked at that and I always thought, like, wow, that's what I want when I'm older. And so we were up in Auburn congregation, and we were at church, and it was time for communion, and I noticed, oh, we're the only ones in the pew, like, I wonder what's gonna happen. And I was kind of talking myself up to it. And then it was starting to come closer, and I was like, no, just forget it. You know, if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. So I kind of just let it go, and then it came to our turn, and he, when in doubt, he passed it to me, and I kind of looked over at him, and I was shocked, but a good shocked and surprised, and took part. And so then after that, I just, yep, this is it. This is what I want.
For me, there wasn't really one time that I was like, I'm sure she's the one. It was over time as I saw her open herself up, and which is hard for her to do, but she would open up herself and tell me everything, and just all the love we had for each other. I was sure that she was the one. Well, for our proposal, it started off, I took her out to Mel's, which is not a fancy restaurant by any means.
No, okay, but it's like one of our favorites because it reminds me of the Corvette Diner down in San Diego. So it kind of reminds me of home. It's
one of our favorite places to go. Mm-hmm. So we went out to, I just took her out to dinner, and I'm not sure that she thought I was gonna do it that night. I think she just thought we were gonna just go out to dinner. And then I told my dad to get the ring out of the safe. So everyone, all my family knew by her that it was gonna happen tonight. So on the way home, I was just talking to her and trying to be sweet with her. So she probably thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, because he was being all lovey-dovey, I just love you so much, and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, you know, thanks. But just, yeah, it was kind of out of the blue and random.
So then we got home and parked, and I was starting to get really nervous. I knew she was going to say yes, but I was still nervous.
Well, because, you never know.
So we walked up the front porch, and I told her, I was like, wait here, I'll be right back. So
yeah, and you closed the front door on me.
I went inside and grabbed the ring, and I mean, at that point, she had to have she was probably pretty sure what was happening. So then I got down on one knee and I asked her, Kylie Morgan Carmichael, will you marry me? And then she said yes while she was crying. Yeah. And then she continued to cry for a while.
Yeah. Matthew, it's our reception, and our day has been a dream come true for us. I want to tell you I love you so much, and I first off really want to thank you for everything that you've done for me and how you've treated me along the way. I want to tell you that, well, I love everything about you, but my favorite thing has to be your determination and how you could look at something and you're able to work so hard to go and strive to get exactly what you want. I think that will really work in our favor as we get older and start thinking about kids and a house and other things along that line. I'm so excited to start our life together, to start our journey, and I can't wait to see where life takes us.
Kylie, I love you so much, probably more than you could even think I'm able to. And I'm very excited to now be married and very excited to get our life started and going together. It's what I've been very excited for leading up to this, and now this is the great launching point for us. And I love that you're caring and that you're always there for me, and I can't thank you enough for that. I love you.
We want to thank all of you for coming out and spending our special day with each other. We really appreciate and love all of you.
And we appreciate everything that everyone in this room has done for us, and we appreciate it more than words can express. So we want thank you so much.